Hi, I'm Ryan Stapleton, working in Clevertouch here. Just want to show you today our quick football package that we're putting together. So what we have here is the Clevertouch Edge screen. It's a fantastic interactive touchscreen that we have, and I'm using it with a few different softwares today. On the left hand side I've got the Cruyff 14Pad application from the Cruyff Institute. Down in the bottom right hand corner I've got my laptop plugged in. I've got a picture-in-picture window. Even though I'm using the Android source of the screen, I can have that touch capability to my laptop if I need to. And on both this apps on this side of the screen I've got our software which is called Link's Whiteboard. So I'm just going to very quickly show you how you can utilise these two softwares together from an analytical perspective. So obviously I've got the ability, if I need to come up here and use this with the players icons that you have on the screen. They're all fully customisable. We have our little floating pen tool which allows me, if I need to annotate over the top of any content that we're displaying on screen. So I could then be making notes about different players on the screen as I need to. We have the ability to be able to capture this content. So although this content is coming from a different application, what I can do is I can capture this and insert this over into our software on the other side of the screen. So this would enable me, if I needed to be able to make player alterations, movement and so on and so forth, and then I can then capture that content and keep a record as I'm going through of those different movements as we go through, so we can see the different stages of play that we need to. In the bottom right hand corner, what I have is I've got our Link's Whiteboard software. So how we can use this in conjunction with the Cruyff application, obviously we can insert content from their application directly into our software. What we also have here excuse me, is the ability to be able to analyse different areas of the pitch. I have a folder full of content on here, I come in here, which enables me, if I need to be able to bring in different things. If I need a full-size pitch, I can bring in a full-size pitch. If I need half a pitch, again, it's nice and quick and easy to be able to do that. What I can also do in here is incorporate my different teams that I need to play against, whether that's my own team or my own formations or opponents that I'm going to face. Once I've created my formations, I can then just drag those out onto the canvas. So you can see it's really quick and easy here. We've got the Dutch team from the mid-70s. That enables me, at the moment that's just one formation, but what I can also do is just ungroup these guys, so each individual player then becomes their own little movable token. You can see each player has their own name on it. Again, if you need to, you can colour code those, you can change the names on those players if you need to. Everything in here is fully customisable and fully editable. What we can do with our little folder of content is we can then be able to create different teams. So if you are facing all the different opponents you may well be facing in your team, you can then come into here and then you'll be able to have those and their formations all stored in this centre here. So let's go, for example, at the mighty O's, Leyton Orient. You can see here what's happened is I brought them in, but the formation's facing in the wrong direction, so it's not a problem. What I can do is I can flip that around nice and quickly and nice and easily. And as you can see, as these are all grouped together, it's nice and quick and easy to be able to ungroup those guys, and therefore I've then got that ability on there. So nice and quick and easy. With all of these, what you can also do is obviously set up your little sub formation. So if you need to have different groups where you then have different formations, attacking movements, defensive corners, etc. All of this content can be brought in, so it's quick and easy. If you need to be able to change any of that content, I need to bring in a different opponent, you can see how quick and easy it is to be able to manage all of that content. What we're also being able to do with this is being able to capture drone footage, so we can also mirror to the screens. So what I can do from here is I can also mirror my telephone or a different device to the screen as well. So this is me mirroring from my device. You can see as I control this on my telephone, then the movements are then reflected on the screen. So this would also give you the option of having up to 9 different devices. So up to 9 different people in the room could be using the Cruyff application on their device and mirroring that to the Clevertouch screen. If I want to, I can also then have that as a floating window, so that could then sit on top of my other content that I'm displaying on here. And again, this just gives you the option of anybody else in the room can contribute their content to the screen. And again, we can also then capture that and bring that content into our presentations. So once we've had all of this analysis and we've looked at this, including things like being able to incorporate video footage. So I've been able to introduce my own content on here, excuse my chunky fingers, where I've got video content in here as well. So I can have this content playing. Let's just fast forward this till we've got a bit of game movement. So again, even whilst I'm playing a bit of video content that's sat in my presentation, I can then analyse things like take snapshots out of my video content. So that again just gives me the option to bring in some video content and analyze that footage if I need to. You've also then got the option, if you want to do things like split screening, then this would enable you to be able to have 2 different pages at the same time. And then what you'd be able to do is drag content, excuse me again, from one side of your presentation to another, again creating a secondary presentation where you then have that information wherever you need it. You then also have the option, should you need to, we'll go back to just being one window. Once we've looked at this kind of content and we've analysed this, you've then got the ability to be able to share this content. So from here I can just click share and print, and then this gives me the option to produce a little QR code. So my users in the room can scan the QR code and they would then have access to all of that tactical information on their own device in the room. So really quick, few easy, simple ways that we're utilising the use of the Cruyff software, C14Pad, in conjunction with our own software and our Clevertouch interactive screen, the Clevertouch Edge. Thanks for watching.